The missile launch that was failed just a few months ago, was that part of USA hacking?
I don't know for sure, but I would imagine it was. I think we probably had a very effective intelligence and hacking program against their missile program. But understand what's also happened on North Korean missile program. They've had a really extraordinary number of successes really fast. So they had a number of months, about 14, where their missile program kept blowing up things on the tarmac or early in flight. They've now had a number of very successful launches. So they've had real success on their ability to throw large weight.
Moving to Pakistan, I hate to jump around so quick, but I've got you here, and I'm excited about it. The Haqqani Network, they talk about specifically the group of the Afghan Taliban, the military arm that goes across the border and allegedly hides in Pakistan. Talking about withdrawing $225 million in aid. Same thing General Mathis did last summer with $50 million in aid. Is the biggest threat going forward, going to your book, when you talk about Cassandras, you showed how Cassandras are not paid attention to, from Winston Churchill, who predicted the Nazi Luftwaffe, to the co-author of your book, Richard Clarke, who predicted 9/11 and Osama bin Laden, to my wife, who was 2008, predicted the financial crisis, to many other. One of the Cassandras you talk about in that is the India-Pakistan potential nuclear war.
Yeah.
Is that the biggest thing on your radar screen?
I think that actually the biggest thing on my radar screen would be a war with North Korea, as we discussed earlier, and that's a real issue. We have to be aware of it. I think it could happen by mistake. I think we have a president who probably isn't making things better by acting so macho. I don't think that's a good idea. But Pakistan's a massive issue. And what we talk about in the book is if Pakistan and India have a nuclear exchange, we could actually lead to a global nuclear winter, which would affect the entire world. It would probably reduce global crop yield 20 to 30%, and that would cause 2 to 3 billion deaths.
And you went to that by empirical data while supervolcanoes exploded, the same type thing.
Exactly. This is all very data-driven. There's a guy named Alan Robach, who's the person who's used America's greatest supercomputers to do this modeling. This isn't hypothetical. Interestingly enough, Alan Robach is now saying, and he's working on a grant looking at a North Korean crisis, saying if there's a nuclear weapons exchange with North Korea, which would probably be about 30 weapons large at least, that would also cause a global nuclear winter. This is a very, very big deal. So not only would a nuclear exchange with North Korea be a massive crisis for South Korea, Japan, the United States, North Korea, and China, and others in the region, it could cause a global nuclear winter. And people are not talking about this, and they need to. Look up the work of Dr. Alan Robach. He's a genius. He's a fabulous guy. He's a data-driven scientist. This isn't partisan or ideological.
The book is Warnings with Richard Clarke. But I want to ask you one final question with two parts, so we only have a couple seconds. The percentage that something crazy is going to happen in North Korea, I want to ask you that. And also want to ask you, since you played football at Brown and were a neuroscience major, the most important question in the world: who wins between Alabama and Georgia next Monday?
Right. Well, so, they say in the intelligence business, no one likes to make predictions, especially about the future. So I can't tell you the number, but, it's over 10% and it's under 50%. But I really believe nothing will happen before the Olympics. So this could be an interesting investment opportunity, right? This market is so strong. The whole world looks very strong. One of the only things that could derail it would be a North Korean conflict. I don't think that's going to happen until the Olympics. And I'm going to have to go with Alabama because they're just nasty and they're fast. And, it's very different than the football I played. It's a lot more like the football you played.
They don't have Jennings, but I think it's a safe bet with Nick Saban. RP, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks very much, John.
True
Great
honor.
to see you.